guys? It's your boy Malin. It's been a while. I was planning on making this video probably right after I had decided to leave Arcane, but honestly, I just felt like it wasn't that important to do, and I don't know. I still feel like honestly it's not a big deal, but I feel like some of you guys may want to know why, because, I was with Arcane since basically the start of it. So, um, let's see. It was probably almost 2 months ago by now. 2, 3 months ago, some point by then. I had decided to leave Arcane. And I just want to preface this by saying all the people at Arcane I still really care about. They're all great friends. They're good people. And I hope the best for them. And I hope the best for all their, projects that they're working on. So to get on with it, I feel that Arcane was going in a direction that I didn't agree with, and I felt that while it still potentially could do good in the way it's going, and I hope it does, for the sake of my friends, I just didn't agree with some of the things they were doing, and I'm not really going to get into the nitty-gritty about what was going on that I didn't agree with, and speculate on every little detail. But essentially, I just felt that what was going on wasn't something I wanted to be a part of anymore. And they weren't doing anything wrong, and some people may think it was the right thing to do, some people may think it was the wrong thing to do, but I personally just didn't like how the server was going in the direction that it was, and yeah. I felt that when Arcane first started, we had a more unique touch to ourselves, that we didn't conform to what every other HCF server was doing to try and pull in as many players as possible. And I think the HCF genre as a whole, unfortunately, has been going down recently. It kind of sucks to say because I've been playing HCF since all the way back to the original HC Faction server, and I had stopped playing seriously quite a long time ago. And I like staffing still though, because it's just something I enjoyed doing in my free time. And unfortunately, all these HCF servers seem to have been turning into the same thing, and they deviated away from what HCF originally was, to where, you had, like, the original HCF server had 3-day death bans. You could buy lives and ranks, and that was it. There was no crates, there was no hour-long death bans, there was none of that. And I think that really helped with player retention rate, and let me explain why though. Because that may sound really, backwards, because you have player retention rate, but then 3-day death ban. But what I think made it special was that on HCF back then, dying actually meant something. For example, when you had Citadel, or Palace as it was actually called originally on HCF, the original HC Faction server, the one that eventually joined up with Chapo, because it was ran by High Life, when you died, for example, at an event, and, let's say you're kiting back to your base and you die, you're death banned for 3 days. If you didn't use a life, you were essentially dead to your team. No use whatsoever. Nowadays, on HCF servers, when you die at one of these events, you're back in literally no time. Not to mention, literally everyone has lives because, certain people donate. And there's nothing wrong with that. Donating to get stuff on servers, it's perfectly fine. It keeps the servers running. But, unfortunately, I think the fast-paced rate that HCF has been spun up to has really taken away from the hardcore aspect. And you look at these other things like crates, for example, something I solemnly disagree with majorly, because it takes away a huge aspect of the game for HCF servers, which is grinding and getting your gear. And when you have these crates that literally just instantly get stuff, I think it really takes away from the server itself, and the genre itself. And while I understand servers need money to run, and it's not cheap to, host servers, At the same time, I wish there was a balance, and the only thing I could ever think of that these HCF servers like Arcane, Velt, in the past HC teams, but HC teams never had issues with most of the things I'm bringing up. But Faithful and servers like it, I really feel like if they at least hosted one server out of the plethora they have, and trust me, you don't need, you know, a 2-man server, a 3-man server, a 5-man server, an 8-man server, a 10-man server, etc. How some of these servers are running, which honestly, in my opinion, is quite ridiculous. You don't need 8 different HCF servers that reset every other day, you know, to have a successful server. I understand reasons why they do it, but I don't agree with those reasons. But, I don't know. It's just something I don't agree with, having that many servers running. But anyways, as I was saying, with HCF servers, if they could run one server, just one, on their networks, that was truly an HCF server, I'm talking 3-day death bans, or even if they don't want to make it that high, a day death ban, something more than just an hour like all these servers have. And that death ban does not scale because of your rank. You can't buy crates to instantly get things. There's no custom enchants. There's none of that. We just leave it solemnly at what it is, at face value, what HCF should be. And you have one of these actual hardcore servers. I feel like that would really bring back what HCF was, and possibly help it turn back to what it should be. And I understand right now a lot of people being like, will be saying, oh, Minecraft's dying, oh, PvP's dying, oh, blah blah blah. It just, I feel like people really need to like think for like 3 seconds and rub 2 brain cells together and see that's not the case at all. But unfortunately, HCF as a game mode is dying. That's kind of an undisputable fact. While you have players going to the game mode, and there is people there, HCF as a game mode is dying. Because HCF and what it is now is not HCF. Regardless of what you want to call it, it's not what HCF is. But anyways, enough on that tangent. That was one of my major issues with HCF servers and why I didn't want to staff for any or play any really anymore. But, yeah. Some reasons obviously I can't go into for privacy reasons and such and concerns and that kind of thing. But, I just really couldn't support what HCF servers have turned into anymore. And, yeah. Obviously there's other things I'd like to talk about, but probably can't, so I'm not going to. But, generally speaking, just to, you know, really quickly wrap it all together, because I'm not sure how long this has been going on for, but it's been a quick minute. But basically, I didn't agree with where Arcane was going, and I didn't agree with what the server had turned into, so I decided that I was going to leave. And I feel bad leaving, honestly, because I met some really, really chill people. And that entire staff team on Arcane that I left, all of them really nice people I liked playing other games with, and they were all really chill. And I still talk to a good majority of them, you know, outside of this game now. And, good people. I mean, I've been friends with some of them, you know, for years and years. Like Jojo, I've known for 3 years now, almost 4 probably. Like people like Outdated, Medi, HVH, you know, Hauler, like all these other people that I just met on Arcane, I feel like I've known for a long time, even though it was only like, you know, some close into around a year now, 10 months, 8 months. But, all good people, you know, and, yeah. I do miss some of them, but unfortunately I just didn't agree with how things were going on Arcane. So, that is about that. I'm going to try getting back into uploading. We'll see some stuff on Cosmic probably. Some other random games and servers. I apologize for being inactive for a long time, but I really just needed a break from the whole thing after I decided to leave Arcane. And, oh, and one other thing I should probably touch in on. I actually did I uploaded a video the other day as a joke, Where Did I Go for 3 Months Part 2, and that was a joke. Obviously, it wasn't something serious, hence all the laughing. But I did actually plan on recording after I'd uploaded the original Where Did I Go video, but some things I can't discuss came up, and I had to choose between recording or some other things, and I decided against recording because I felt those other things were more beneficial for, you know, other people besides myself. So, anyways, that is about all. If you guys have any questions, if I missed anything, or if you're just curious about something, feel free to comment, leave me a question. I gladly, will answer anything you guys want to know that I can talk about anyways. So, with that being said, I appreciate you guys that are still around. Hope to get back into this, and see y'all back watching again. And yeah, appreciate it. It's your boy Malin, and peace. Till next time.